Okay.
I usually do not take my wedding ring off, or Danielle. I love her, unbelievably. So it's very bittersweet.
Imagine reading the headline. Man hates wife, loves to humiliate her every year on her birthday. I guess you don't have to imagine that because if you clicked on this video, you just read that in the thumbnail. You guys, Seeking Sister Wife is back, and that means more misadventures with the Merrifields. Yes, Garrick and Danielle are back to make us bear witness to the most drawn out and uncomfortable breakup ever to be featured on national television. And that's saying something considering I dedicate a good portion of my coverage on this channel to sister wives. But yes, Garrick's inability to shake Danielle has made for years of uncomfortable yet compelling cringe television. Garrick just loves to humiliate Danielle on her birthday. We have a lot to talk about. Let's get into today's video. Hey everyone, what's up? It's Sarah and welcome back to my channel. If you guys haven't checked out Seeking Sister Wife, I highly recommend it. When Seeking Sister Wife first started, it was, I would say, very much following in the footsteps of trying to be like a Sister Wives spinoff. It was showing the courting process to mostly fundamental Mormon polygamy families. They did have a couple non-religious polygamous families peppered in, but it did mostly focus on Mormon fundamental families. I mean, heck, we even saw Aspen's husband, Mitch's sister, Vanessa, featured on the show. And her husband, Jeff, I mean, wow, they courted a woman who actually faked her death to get away from them. Like, you cannot make this stuff up if you tried. So definitely check out Seeking Sister Wife if you haven't already. This season on Seeking Sister Wife, we have a couple that's essentially seeking a handmaid. The wife wants more kids and IVF is a pain in the ass. Then we have a couple with a wife who seems to be open to the idea of a sister wife, but it's basically because the husband was going to cheat on her anyways. I mean, her husband better not be having any more kids with this woman, especially not a girl. TLC is featuring a kind of boring family this season, which to be called boring on a show like Seeking Sister Wife really is the biggest compliment. It just means you're far too normal for this show. These people seem like they're mostly functioning well as a throuple, so good on them. The Davises are back and Nick is literally being swept off his feet by their new girlfriend, Teresa. And then we have the returning shit show that is the Merrifields. I've been covering the Merrifields' wacky descent into polygamy hell on this channel since the moment these two popped up on our screens. Garrick and Danielle were in a monogamous marriage for 13 years before deciding to explore polygamy. Because of Garrick's decision to open up their marriage, his family cut ties with them completely. The only family we see featured on the show is Danielle's parents, her brother, and his wife. That's actually important to point out because Garrick will have nothing, no family, no business, if Danielle should wise up and walk away from him, which we all hope she does. Throughout their time on Seeking Sister Wife, the Merrifields have sought multiple sister wives, most notably Roberta and Natalia, who were both from Brazil. Those relationships obviously did not last. In the first season that the Merrifields were on Seeking Sister Wives for immigration purposes, Garrick divorced Danielle to legally marry Roberta, which obviously caused emotional pain for Danielle. But do not worry, the Merrifields are back and they are committed to committing immigration fraud because as of season 6, they are adding Lorena, yet another Brazilian woman, as a new sister wife. And of course, Danielle struggles emotionally as she adjusts to this new arrangement. The Merrifields are the only family this season claiming a religious motivation behind them seeking to add more wives for Garrick, but they are not Mormon. They claim more mainstream Christianity, with Garrick's motivation stemming from his particular interpretation of biblical passages. I've been saying since the very beginning of my coverage of the Merrifields that it feels like Garrick has been trying to rid himself of Danielle for years, but he suffers from Cody Brown syndrome, and he seemingly has this inability to effectively break up with someone else. And for Danielle's part, she seems to have caught a bad case of the Mary Browns, in which she just cannot let go of this man, no matter how miserable Garrick makes her. Garrick comes off as kind of a doofus on the show. He's this sort of unassuming idiot, but he's actually quite diabolical. He has absolutely brainwashed Danielle, and he preys upon her fear of their marriage ending in order to get her to do whatever he wants. What Danielle seems to fail to realize is that she actually holds all the power in this relationship. Garrick's family has cut ties with him. They want nothing to do with him. It's Danielle's family that is tied up in business with Garrick. If Danielle left this dude, he would literally have nothing. No family, and his business would be left in tatters. Like I said earlier, when we first met the Merrifields, they were getting a legal divorce in order for Garrick to hopefully commit immigration fraud and bring his Brazilian fiance over on a K-1 visa. This would be immigration fraud because Garrick and Danielle literally had to lie to say that their marriage was irretrievably broken when they don't think it is, and polygamy is illegal in the United States.
All rise.
Thank you. Please be seated. The next case on the court's docket is DR 68. The petitioner is Danielle Merrifield. Do you believe that your marriage is irretrievably broken?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Merrifield.
Fortunately, or maybe unfortunately, depending on who you are in this scenario, the relationship with Roberta didn't work out. But instead of looking for a sister wife in the United States to kind of not have to deal with all of this immigration kerfuffle, Garrick continues to seek out women in Brazil, even going so far as to say on the show that should he get a woman pregnant over there, he would just relocate there. And it left all of us like, but hey, dude, you have a wife and kids in the United States. The last season of Seeking Sister Wife, Danielle surprised everyone with announcing that she was pregnant. And it felt like that could be best described as maybe an attempt to reel the man back in. We see Danielle FaceTime Garrick to tell him that she's pregnant because, oh yeah, he's been in Brazil on a bang trip for several weeks. That brings us to this season, in which the Merrifields have somehow conned another Brazilian woman, and somehow they've actually got a K-1 visa approved for her. I don't know how, because this is literally immigration fraud, but whatever, she's here on Danielle's birthday, which seems to historically be the one day out of the year that Garrick just loves humiliating his first wife.
It's my birthday today, and with Lorena here in America, that's an amazing present.
They cry all the time. Samantha, they cry all the time.
The best year you've had so far.
2 years ago on my birthday, we were with Natalia, and Garrick proposed to her.
Minha doce rosa, você.
We all know how that relationship ended. It was really hard for us. We didn't know what was going to happen in our marriage, if we were going to stay together or not.
I just want to say I'm so blessed for my family. I thank God every day for all of you. My sister.
So not only do they fly this woman in and pick her up on Danielle's birthday, but Garrick has previously marked Danielle's birthday by proposing to yet a different woman. Like, what the actual fuck, Garrick? And it's like, Danielle, my girl, this dude hates you. I hate to put it so bluntly, but girl, I wish you had someone in your actual life that would. I truly do not understand why Danielle's parents participate in all of this. If I was her mom or her sister or her friend, I would be trying to organize an intervention on Danielle. In my opinion, Danielle needs serious therapy and mental health intervention because this dude has absolutely destroyed her self-worth. And it's heartbreaking to bear witness to. And in case you guys missed it, in the Merrifields household, it's not Garrick that floats between wives' bedrooms the way we saw it done with the Browns. Nay. Garrick is the king of this castle and the sister wives bunk together. That is until Garrick beckons for one of them to come service him. So on Danielle's birthday, she gets to move out of her master bedroom into the sister dorm.
I got to spend the night with Garrick. Lorena insisted.
Well, did you enjoy the rest of the birthday with our husband?
It's the big moment, moving my things from Garrick's room to the sister room.
Hard to decide what to bring. Oh my gosh.
I think it's hitting me that, like, we are a plural family. There's somebody else in the house, and, like, I'm not always going to be with Garrick, and, you know, it's change, you know, change is happening. You know, it's been 17 years of just him and I. Like, oh my gosh, like, I'm taking my stuff out of Garrick's space, and, like, what that really means in my mind, and, like, trying to process that. It doesn't feel normal, it doesn't feel real yet, and I'm, like, wondering when it's gonna take some time, I think, to, like, settle in that this is our new normal, you know?
I'd be remiss if I didn't point out that it is absolutely maddening that these people have been wife shopping in Brazil for years at this point, and neither one, but especially Garrick, has made no effort to learn Portuguese. Doesn't that just prove that Garrick really isn't concerned with having an actual relationship with any of these other women? Because he doesn't actually care about being able to communicate with them? It is wild. Lorena seems nice enough. She doesn't really seem problematic thus far. And heck, to Garrick's dismay, she lets Danielle have her birthday night with their husband. That was nice of her. Cody Brown would have never sacrificed a night with Robin on, say, Christine's birthday. He would have been all like, we have to stick to the schedule. Guys, this show is an absolute mess. The Merrifields are a mess. And if you have not caught Seeking Sister Wife yet, what are you doing? But for real, I highly encourage you to check it out. It is truly a blessing of trash television. As always, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel. Check out my second channel, Sarah Spills, my podcast, Mostly Harmless, and our website, level42studios.com. Links for everything will be in the description of this video. Follow me on Instagram, Threads, X, and TikTok at Reality Squad, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Take care. Have a good one. Much love.